Is alcohol truly amazing, or is it just all a big lie? In this video, I'm going to unpack my story. I'm going to tell you some truths that I found and some of the falsehoods that I found through my sobriety and how society glorifies alcohol, makes it into this beautiful thing, something that we can use to celebrate, something that we can use to feel good, and ultimately something that gives us health benefits. What I found in my life and in my sobriety after 27 years of drinking and then quitting in 2020, I gave it a few months and I decided for myself that for the most part, there isn't any benefits to drinking alcohol. The reason I say that is because I personally was addicted to it. Now, if you are not in addiction, this video is probably not for you. But if you're suffering from hangovers, your relationship with alcohol, and some of the things that go along with problem drinking, this video can be helpful for you. So stick with me to the end, and please put in the comments some of the things that you struggle with in addiction. Please tell me what your relationship with alcohol is in the comments, and let us know. This community is for that. It's a place that where we can go and we can discuss what we go through, and just talk candidly about uh, alcohol issues in general. So let's unpack some of the falsehoods first and go from there. It helps us lubricate social settings. So for me, alcohol really did help quiet the inner voices. It really did help to kind of lubricate me socially. It helped me in situations where I normally would not feel comfortable. But at the same time, it left me feeling a little bit more vulnerable because of the choices that I would make while I was drinking. So I might be at a party for a couple hours, but if I'm drinking, I might be there for more hours than that. I might be feeling so cut loose that I start to overstay my welcome. I start to say things that I otherwise wouldn't say to people that I wouldn't say it to. And that just leads to more bad feelings. That leads to ruminations. It leads to guilty feelings. Which ultimately really leads to shame. And let's face it, if you are addicted to alcohol, you know what that shame and that guilt feels like. You wake up every single day, maybe not saying that you're going to be done with alcohol, but just wishing for a better way of life, wishing that you could get to a place where you didn't rely on alcohol, a place where you feel like you can cope with life without it, and a place where sobriety is number one, and a life filled with joy is something that you seek. So that's something that is false to me because socially we are better off our authentic selves. We are better off not drinking alcohol if alcohol is a problem for us. We're better off um, having discussions with people, and we're not three sheets to the wind. We're just able to be ourselves, have conversations, move on with our day, and go from there. Another falsehood is that alcohol has benefits. Recently, within the last couple of years, our government here in the United States has deemed, at least the CDC has deemed, that no amount of alcohol is safe. Or if you're going to partake in alcohol, it's like two drinks a day or 2 drinks a week. I don't remember the exact stats, but that's kind of why I got bored with looking into sobriety, honestly, because all the stats bored me. Everybody has a different opinion about alcohol. So what is your opinion? Um, Please put down in the comments what you think about alcohol. Do you think it helps you? Do you think it hurts you? Do you think that it's good for society, bad for society? But when I watch the news and I hear every time they talk about the benefits of drinking alcohol, the heart, it's good for your heart, it's good for your circulatory system. It thins out your blood. Red wine's good for you, or alcohol in moderation is good for your heart. It's not. It's not. I don't find that true at all. I find that alcohol in any amount makes you feel bad, leaves you feeling thirsty, leaves you feeling tired and groggy, and ultimately leads you to want to have more of it, honestly. And then you're addicted to it, and then you've got more problems. So, in my estimation, uh, it's false that it helps you in social settings. It's false that it helps in your health. And if you're having problems with alcohol and you're addicted to it, nothing good is going to come about it. And although I never experienced severe health issues, I did suffer from panic attacks. I suffered from uh, acid reflux. The panic attacks were so bad they lasted about at least about 10 years till I was able to kind of work through some of my problems. But they lasted in my mid 20s to my mid 30s, and they paralyzed me. I mean, I didn't have the tools and the coping mechanisms, and I didn't want them. Honestly, I wanted to keep drinking. So that's what I did. I kept drinking. But I was never able to completely resolve my anxiety. And as a person that's been sober for 5 years now, I can tell you that after the first few months, I started to notice the benefits of not drinking. I started to feel the anxiety lift off. I felt my anger dissipate. I felt my overall worry about what was going to happen, what if. I started to not need to ask that question so often. I was able to kind of roll with things. And um, as I grew in my sobriety and I grew in my mental health, I also started to grow in my faith. And that really was a supplement to everything else that I had been doing. And that came a couple years after I quit drinking. I was able to start reading the Bible. I was able to start going to church. Started to watch more sermons and talking about God, and through God, and giving God all the grace for my sobriety has been a huge uh, benefit for me. And so I had somebody, Dark Soul, if you're watching, thank you for commenting. But he or she said that about one of my videos, all of our stories are the same. And I agree with that to a certain extent. I feel like there is some truth in that, that our stories are similar, because if we become addicted to alcohol, we are susceptible to a lot of bad things. And let's face it, I mean, if we're living in addiction, we're living in hell. It's just purely hell. It's hell on earth. It's We might have glimpses of good things, glimpses of a good life, might last an hour, might last a day, might last a week. But then we fall right back into that trap, and eventually we're right back to where we were before, back in hell. But for me, I started to notice that through sobriety, our journeys are not the same. They're not linear, they're jagged, they're all over the place. Every story is different, although we all share one common thing, which is addiction. Everything that we face uh, isn't the same. It's different. But one thing that we can rest assured in is that we do share that addiction, and we can help each other out. And so I read a couple books early on. They really helped me understand why I was addicted, understand the psychological aspects of alcoholism, the reason why I was hooked, the reason why I couldn't give it up. And those two books really helped me out. If you want to know what they are, let me know in the comments, and I'll let you know. But it wasn't just books that helped me, although that did help me in the first couple weeks stay sober. It was uh, getting through each urge to drink. So the truth is that for me, alcohol can be fine if it's used in moderation. Are there benefits to it? I don't know, but I don't really want to go back there to find out. I don't need alcohol anymore. I replaced all of the daily routines that normally I would have been drinking during with other things that are healthy, other things that benefit me in the long run. They're sustainable. And alcohol use really isn't a sustainable thing. And I kind of wish that our society didn't glorify it the way that it does. But it's there, and we're going to be living in it for pretty much the rest of our lives. I mean, we're going to places that it's being served. We see advertisements for it, even if we're not at a party or not at a function where alcohol is being served. It's in our face, and if we can kind of look at it like that, uh, it can kind of help with our fear of missing out if we're seeing other people drinking. But it can also help us have more of an open mind to the people that are drinking. We don't want to hold that over their head or hold it against them. There's a stigma. For whatever reason, our society also puts stigmas on people. So if we're not drinking, we're actually the ones that aren't normal. There's something wrong with us if we're not drinking, to most people's mindset, right? They think, well, is there something? Is he an addict? Is that why he's not drinking or she's not drinking? Is that they must have a problem with it? But the same can be said for people that aren't drinking, like myself, and I'm looking at people that are drinking and looking down on them and saying, one day you're gonna look back and you're gonna have a problem, and you're gonna wish you weren't drinking. And I used to think that early on, but as time goes on and I start to be a little bit more open-minded about uh, the fact that some people can just drink regularly. They can have one or two drinks and be done. Some people can have a half a glass of champagne once a year at a party and never drink again. But for those of us that are hooked, and we fell down that slippery slope, and we fell into that bottle, and we were trying to climb out, and we just don't want that life anymore. We know that it can be hard, and that's really when we start to question our drinking, and we start to question our relationship with alcohol, that we can figure out what's true and what's not true for us. That's really all that matters. We can't control the world. We can't control other people. uh, all we can do is control ourselves and learn from our mistakes or our experiences, and go from there. So please let me know down in the comments what your experiences are with alcohol. I've got a group called Sobriety in the Storm. It's on Facebook. It's a private group. It's somewhere we can go from this channel over to there and talk openly, and it's not put out there publicly. I post videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I also do live streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'd love to talk about what your truth is, and where you are, and if I can help in any way, if this community can help, either here on YouTube or on Facebook group. I'd love to be able to help. So thank you all for joining. I'm glad that you're here. Please like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a great sober day, everybody.